Hello, in this video I'm going to essentially give you directions for the worksheet on your final exam entitled Counterpoint number 1. In this we're going to be writing first species counterpoint above the cantus firmus. The cantus firmus is in the lower staff here. That's our given melody, and what we're going to do is write a counterpoint melody above here on the top staff. So in first species we're writing all whole notes. For every note in the cantus firmus we're just going to write one note above in our counterpoint line. So we know we can start, and in fact we know we have to start and end on the same note. So that makes it easy. We can go ahead and put that in right from the beginning. This melody is in the Ionian mode, which is the same as on your actual final. I just used a different melody in this case. But it's going to be starting and ending on the same notes on your actual final. So the first step is going to be to write in those first and last notes above, right? We have C here, so I'm going to start on the same note but an octave above on my counterpoint line. And same for the last measure. I'm going to end on the same note. Now we also know that there's a ending formula, so we can also write in the last note before we even begin. We know it's going to end with a B here. Okay, when the counterpoint, or rather when the cantus firmus melody has scale degrees 2, 1, as we do down here, D going to C, we know we're going to have B going to C in the upper voice. So that much is pretty much fixed. Now we can start writing our actual melody. So, like I said, it's going to be all whole notes. They're also going to be all consonances. So if you remember from writing our exercises in class, we're not exactly thinking of chords right now. We're just thinking about the intervals. So on the second measure here, we have a G in the cantus firmus. That means that my options are a third above that note, a fifth above that note, and a sixth above that note, as well as an octave. So that would look something like this. I could either do a G here, that would be an octave, a B, that would be a third above, a D would be a fifth, and E would be a sixth. So those are kind of my options for that particular note. Now the other thing we have to remember is we can't have any parallel fifths or octaves or unisons, just like in our normal part writing exercises. Okay, so if I'm writing this, I'm going to delete these here real quick. The other good guideline just in general is to use contrary motion whenever we can. So in this case I wouldn't go down to G, that would be parallel octaves, right? But I could just go down to this B, and that would be a third above. Alright? And then from there, it looks like I should be able to keep on using contrary motion. Right? This the cantus firmus is moving up here, so I'm going to go ahead and have my counterpoint melody keep on going down to an A. Right? And this note is okay here, because it's an octave above the cantus firmus, right? So that is one of our acceptable consonances. But now I have to kind of have a little red flag in the back of my head. Because I just wrote an octave here, I have to watch out for parallel octaves, which means I could not go up to a B here, right? Then I would have an octave in this measure. If I did write that, that would be parallel octaves. So I'm going to have to find something different to do. I'm going to go ahead and keep on moving down. If I write a G here, that's a sixth above the cantus firmus, right? B to G. So that works. I've got a nice smooth melody so far, all consonant notes, just like we want. As we go on here, have a C in the cantus firmus. If I just went down another step, that would be a fourth above the cantus firmus. I can't quite do that. For now, a fourth is considered a dissonance, if you'll remember from all your directions. So I could, however, go down to an E. I would still be moving in contrary motion to the cantus firmus, which is good. And we've got a third above the cantus firmus here, so that's all good. So you basically continue on in this manner. I could go up here. C to E is a third. D to F is also a third. So I've got parallel thirds there. That's fine. And then at this point, I am going to, I think, jump up to a C here. So a C is above an E, that's a sixth. No parallel fifths, no octaves. And part of the reason I wanted to go up to a C here is that now this ending is nice, right? C back to B, back up to C. So that just kind of makes a smoother melody. I also could have done a G here as well, right? If I wanted to write a third above the cantus firmus, I could write a G there as well. Doesn't really matter. Either one of those is fine. So hopefully that helps, and good luck.